Hey all, welcome back to the show, the big show, and it's Thursday night, and we are live because, of course, this is Gotbot Goes live, and it is Thursday evening, and we, in my neck of the woods, are preparing to kind of stay inside. We have an enormous storm on the horizon. We're under a blizzard warning with reports being that it could be as high as 80 centimeters of snow. For those of you that kind of don't know the conversion and would like to know what that is in inches, that's about 32 inches of snow on the way, with another forecasted possible 20 centimeters for Sunday. So it's big, and winds could top out as high as 130 kilometers an hour. Or, again, for those of you who use miles, that's somewhere around 81 miles an hour. So we're looking at about 32 inches of snow potentially and 81 mile an hour winds. It's going to be brutal, man. So I do have a plan for a little odds and ends, a little fun odds and ends thing to go up tomorrow. But a lot of that's going to depend on if we still have power. I, of course, am your host, your humble host, Dennis Moulton, a.k.a. Gotbot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe while you're at it, man. I'll get this one of these days. Hit that notification bell because it lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel, man. Check out Machinery Man, the Everything Factor, Transformers, Collectors, NL, the Autobot family. Have a look for me everywhere across social media. You know I love to interact with you guys whenever, however, I get the opportunity to do so. And we have a bunch of things to cover tonight. We're going to start off right away with our trivia, given to us, of course, by a good friend of the channel, Dragonfly. And the trivia tonight was an interesting one. I actually knew this one. We'll see if you guys know it while I'm getting things ready. And here it is. Astrotrain made his first appearance in which G1 episode? Was it A, The God Gambit? Was it B, Supreme? And D, Blaster Blues? So while you guys think about if it's A, B, C, or D, I'm just going to take a few moments here. I'm going to kind of get things sorted here. You know that I need to do this to, you know, get us prepared here. Get us prepared. And I want to try and set things up a little bit more structurally for myself here tonight. The last couple of shows have been really long, man, like too long. And we do have a lot to cover, so I want to really kind of try and do this in a fashion that works. Ooh, bear with me. Okay. Oh, I gotta just change that. We have a lot of stuff here. Hey, very first comment I see here is from the man himself, Mr. Matthew Deluxe Baldwin. I might be a sexy beast, but not as close as you. I hope. I need to ask. I need to ask Deluxe. Are you wearing pants, man? Are you wearing pants? We know how you like to kind of fly free on these live shows, brother. Dragonfly, of course, in here, and thank you, brother, for the trivia tonight. Hey, Sarge. I think it might be the first time that you've been in here. Certainly, I think the first time you commented. Welcome. MWG in here right away from the start. Happy to see you, buddy. Let's see, John, almost 3 feet of snow. Yeah, 3 feet. That's what they're saying. And apparently it's all supposed to be that powdery stuff. I'm glad that I have a snowblower, but I also have a back deck and a front deck and the stairs on the side of my house. All of that needs to be still shoveled. 2 feet in a heartbeat, baby. Not going to be fun. Not going to be fun. Neuro, happy as always that you're here. Maximal 10, I already know Maximal 10 is sick and tired of winter already. So done with it. So am I, baby. Going down here. Devlin, happy to see you in here. This is it. A lot of stuff tonight. We actually have a lot of stuff to cover. We have the Unicron update the week, which was actually pretty interesting. We after my whole Star Convoy thing, there was some questions that came to me about why I kind of what I think of Takara quality, and we'll talk about that. We have something from the news pages, and then we have a whole bunch of kind of reveals, and a lot of them I'm kind of interested by. Let's see. I see Masterfire's in here. Masterfire hit some bad luck recently, unfortunately, with his channel, and it's not the first time I've heard of it. I absolutely feel for him, but I'm so glad that he is here. Guys, go throw your support Masterfire's way. I don't want King Poseidon since the QC will be awful. I tend to agree with you, Masterfire. Never for you, good sir. Oh, Matt, you're making me blush. Optimus Prime SP. I don't know why you said that. I'm not even leaving anything that I'm not even leaving anything anymore when people say stuff about that, because I'm so sick of that being talked about. What do we have here? Well, hold on, guys. Hold on. What was your opinion? Oh, option B again. Option B, Masterfire, was Megatron's master plan, buddy. Option B was Megatron's, or MWG. I'm sorry, MWG. It was Megatron's master plan was option B. Yes, Masterfire, you're jumping ship. You've said that a lot of times. That's option B, and I'm doing it tomorrow. Well, good luck to you. You'll be missed, my friend. Larkin, happy to see you here. Promise Reviews. Hey, happy you're here. What's up? We're gonna have some fun here on Thursday night. I'm getting ready to get trapped in by a storm. We might as well talk bots and bits, right? What?
Did you already give the answer?
No, I have not already given the answer.
A.
You're guessing A?
Yeah.
Starscream Wife is guessing A. Cybermatic Geek is inevitable. I agree. Sam, glad you're here. Sam and I were talking earlier. What was the question again? The question was, when did Astro Train make his first appearance? Was it A, the God Gambit? Was it B, Megatron's master plan? Was it C, the Secret of Omega Supreme? Or was it D, Blaster Blues? Which episode did he first pop up in? Let's see. Going down here. Do you have G1 Optimus? You know what? I used to have G1 Optimus, and I was playing with him in my yard when I was a lad, and I was up on this big hill behind our backyard, and I threw him up in the air, and when he landed, both of his legs broke off at the same time in the exact same way at the knee, and I was so sad. I was heartbroken, but he got replaced with Power Master Optimus Prime, and I don't know whatever became of that. I think I may have given Power Master Optimus Prime away a long time ago. What do you do? What do you do? Marvelous Prime, so happy you're here. Where's Universal Collision been? It's been months. It has been months, and I am swamped. Marvelous Prime. You have no idea. I have zero free time. I don't sit down and rest ever. And that's the truth. But don't worry. The second half of the season is coming. It is being worked on. Don't worry. It is coming. Just be patient. Once season 2 is done, I don't think I'm going to wait for the whole season for season 3. I think I'm going to kind of do it as episodes are done and start doing it that way, because it's too hard. Now, season 3 and season 4 are both smaller. Season 2, easily the biggest season. Biggest. Let's see. Should we really be pissed at Cyberverse reveals from now on, since we have the deluxes? I think it depends on the reveals, Masterfire. If they're going to be the quality of deluxes, then no, man, bring them on. If they're not going to be the quality of deluxes, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm a bit iffy if that's the case. Eddie, always happy when you're here. Let's see. Going down. You thought it was Triple Takeover? Apparently not. No, apparently not. Megatron's Master Plan was Astro Train's first appearance. MWG is the first person that I read that got it. Congratulations, buddy. The Cyberverse, Jay Holla, the Cyberverse Deluxes are kind of cool. I agree. They are kind of cool. Here's the thing. I almost got them. I did. And I think that they're worth it. It's just, they don't really fit with my personal collection. And I don't have the space just to have the extras. But I do think that they're the best that the line has put out. I think that they are what the line always should have been. And if you're on the fence about it, I'm saying it here now. I think I can confidently say that, yeah, you should go in on them if you're on the fence about it. I think that they are probably that good. Nice try, Devlin, with the God Gambit. Mark got it with B as well, which, of course, was Megatron's Master Plan. Starscream wife guessed A. She was close, though, this time. Dinosaur Planet in here. Dinosaur Planet, my friend, does not like. By the way, Dinosaur Planet, you can answer this now. You said that you didn't like the mold, the Power Master Optimus Prime, the Star Convoy mold. And I asked you, like, how come, why? But you didn't get back to me. I'd love to know, like, you know, what is it about that mold that you don't like? Because I've always liked that one. Now that Rodimus Prime, man, that was, you know, PU. That was garbage. I never liked that. We need a new Rodimus Prime, man. Like a good Rodimus Prime, you know? Let's see. Megatron's Master Plan. Yeah, a lot of people getting Megatron's Master Plan. How many of you looked it up, guys? Come on. How many of you looked it up? There's no issue at all then. Take all the time you need. I'm trying. Where did you get Rat Bat and Frenzy? I got Rat Bat and Frenzy at Toys R Us. Here in Canada, we still have Toys R Us, and that's where I got Rat Bat and Frenzy. And now, to be fair, that's the only place I've seen them yet. I've heard that they've been at EB Games in Canada. They have not yet shown up at any of the Walmarts that I know of. So the only place I know of in Canada to get them is Toys R Us. And it seems like in recent times, a lot of what we get at Toys R Us here is what you guys are getting at Target down in the US. So it seems like there's a certain... It seems like the stuff from Target is largely going to Toys R Us, and the stuff from your Walgreens, like exclusives and stuff, largely goes to EB. Some overlap, but it seems like that's kind of the general trend. I hope they reveal Deluxe Ratchet, Wheeljack, Lockdown, and Soundwave for Studio Series. Are you talking about for Studio Series Marvelous Prime? Should we care about the Warriors since they're basically I agree with you, Master Far. The Warriors for Cyberverse are like the fast action battlers. I think they should stop with the Warriors. Don't make them anymore. Save that plastic, save that money, pass the savings on to the consumer. What a novel idea. Stop making trash and pass the savings on. Just saying. But I totally agree with you 100% there, Master Far. 100%. Also, Cyberverse Deluxes, Larkin is saying, Cyberverse Deluxes is its own target market. The one-step changers are their own market. I suppose that's an interesting way of looking at it, Larkin. I don't know if I'd look at it that way, but that's an interesting take on it. You might be right. Maybe, but I don't. I think get rid of all of the, like, one step is trash. I'm sorry. It's such hot garbage. I cannot support it. The existence of it. It's a waste of production time, money, funds, and that's part of the reason we're getting all these jacked up prices. We're going to talk about that, and we actually have some good news on that front. Good news. As far as Cyberverse reveals go, personally, I'm always most excited to see what new characters are introduced. I kind of agree with you, Sam. And some of the new characters that are coming out, I'm excited to get representations of. Like, I'm not so much in for another Grimlock or another Starscream, but that, what is it, Thunder Howl or whatever? Give me a Thunder Howl, man. I'm cool with that. Know nothing about the character, but bring it on. I'm down for it. Devlin, but he didn't speak in MMP episodes. God Gambit was his might have been a shining episode, Devlin, but it's still not his first episode, buddy. And this was his first episode. Earthrise Might, Master Fire. Could you show us your collection? I've been asked to do a collection video, actually, and I can't show it now because there's no way for me to get this camera over to there. Eventually, it would probably be in the summer. I would show a collection tour, I'm going to say. But here's the thing. My collection is surprisingly small compared to what people would think. I mean, surprisingly small and very kind of squat together on the shelf. I would honestly have to kind of take out each shelf and showcase each shelf that way. I cannot show them on the shelf, even though they're always behind me when I do the intros and outros for reviews. They are so tightly packed in there that I wouldn't be able to do a collection tour that way. But it is on the radar to do, and it will eventually come, but it's probably going to be some months away, maybe. But eventually we will get there. So you ask if I could show my collection? Yes, it's coming. That's the best answer I can give you there. What do you think of the little micro Sharkticons from the Cyberverse set? Unnecessary. That's what I think of those. I like the size of the Cyberverse ones. I have a trio of the Titans Return. I have a trio of the Cyberverse ones. I'm good because I know everybody would like to have Sharkticons. That said, the Cyberverse ones are easy to find here, mostly because they're being sold for $21.97 and nobody's paying that for one of those Sharkticons. I got mine for $13 on sale. But I like them. I like that size. And I like the Cyberverse Sharkticons. Honestly, I think they're pretty great. The little ones are like, they're fine. They're fine, but they're like Gotbot size, maybe a little bit bigger, and that doesn't really work for me, but I know that there's a market for it and it will work for some people. It's not what I expected that Sharkticon set to be. Not at all what I expected, so I'm kind of disappointed by it, but they're cute. I mean, they're cute Sharkticons, I guess. They're cute Sharkticons. Can't find Frenzy and Ratbat anywhere here in the States. I've heard that the Frenzy and Ratbat have been showing up at Targets, so check your local Target, man. That would be my advice. Now, I mean, don't take my don't take my word for it, but that's what I've heard. I could almost just do one of these streams of talking to you guys like without even having anything here. We're gonna do that one of these days and just see where the night takes us, man. Let's see. I got Ratbat and Frenzy from Forbidden Planet in New York City. I've heard of Forbidden Planet. Don't know anything about it, but I've heard of Forbidden Planet. Well, congratulations. Target has nothing now. Wow. What do I know? I'm not in the US. What do you want? I am talking about Cyberverse Deluxe. I like the Cyberverse Deluxe's Marvelous Prime. What can I say? I think they're great. I'm not going to get them. They're not for me personally because they don't fit my collection. But I think that they're great. As I've said many times, I really do think they're great. I would love a Rodimus that has the G1 trailer, but a truck based on the Energon. I don't know. I guess. And again, I wouldn't get that Rodimus because I don't like anything from Unicron Trilogy. I get it. All I want is a nice, good Voyager Rodimus Prime. Is that too much to ask? And not that cloud thing that was the reuse of Springer. Like just a simple, good Rodimus Prime, man. Maybe it'll come one day, and maybe MWG you'll get exactly what you want. I can't get behind Unicron Trilogy stuff. I don't like the designs. I know that the lines that came out while those shows were on the air are known for being great quality. And I've even looked at some, and every now and again I look at some. But like, we go back to Armada. Like, Armada Megatron is great, gimmicks everywhere, and he's so big and hefty and so cool. But like, I would never want him because I don't like the clunky design. It's not for me. It's for some people. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely for some people. It's not for me. If you're a fan of that Unicron Trilogy, man, go for it, man. Let's see. Dr. Wu makes cassettes for Siege Soundwave. Really? I didn't know that. Bit generic, like the one from the G1 cartoon. Interesting. I did not know that, Neuro. Dr. Wu makes a lot of interesting stuff, though. Let's see, going down here. Considering the popularity of a truck with a fiery paint job after the live-action movies, using it for Rodimus Prime, probably Sam. Yeah, capitalize on that popularity. I can see that. I got Astro Train, but haven't seen any photos of it. What? I got Astro Train, but haven't seen any photos of it in stores. Had to order. Astro Train, like, again, I heard he was in Target in the States. I don't know. I can only go on what I hear, right? I can only go on what I hear. Again, up here, the only place I've seen Astro Train is Toys R Us. They had a couple in. Here's the thing. I don't know if Walmart's going to get them. They never got the Galaxy upgrade Optimus Prime, and they never, at least yet, got Astro Train. Why? Because Magnus and Shockwave don't sell. They're still there. The same ones that were put there last year are still there and not moving because they're too expensive. We're now, before you freak out and you're all like, hey, I want my Astro Train, you're going to get them because he's going to be reissued in Wave 1 of Earthrise. And Wave 1 of any line is always over-ordered. So you're going to get them by hook or crook. The hard one to get is going to be that Galaxy upgrade Optimus Prime or Convoy or whatever it is. I managed a Rat Bat Frenzy from Target. Good for you. Like I said, I heard that they were there. So, what do I know? Hey, Blizzard. Happy to see you, my friend. Let's see. I can't find. I didn't know that Rat Bat and Frenzy were so hard. Like, I found 2 sets of them. I customized one and I had the other. I don't know. Do you think they're going to do Earthrise, Megatron, or Soundwave? I doubt they're going to do a Soundwave. They might, but I doubt they're going to do a Soundwave because the one that we just got in Siege can not only pull off a ship, but can pull off the light post and can even pull off, if you fan moded, the cassette. So I don't think that they're going to do a Soundwave. But that being said, if you have been paying attention to the light, you got to come every Thursday because I always break the news to you guys. There is a very strong rumor and a report that Megatron is indeed coming, Voyager Megatron. I don't know what they're going to do to give him an Earth mode. I guess it'll look like an Earth tank. I don't know. Will it be better than the Siege? I don't know. We'll see. I almost can't imagine what they're going to do. I feel like that we're getting all the same characters again, but like kind of reshelled with a bit of retool. I don't know. We're going to get a Megatron. That's what they're saying. I don't think we're going to get another Soundwave. I got the Cyberverse Quintesson. Yeah, Master Fred, do you like the Cyberverse Quintesson? I don't think it's for me, but, whatever. Target is butt naked as far as Transformers go. I haven't even seen Astro Train in Target. Guess they're not in Target like I've heard. What do I know? I have Armada Megatron. Yeah, and I actually am going to be reviewing him coming up at some point. Not mine, from a friend of the channel. But and a lot of people have reviewed him. He's great. He's just not my Megatron. Like that's the thing. He's great. He's just not my Megatron. Let's see. Cybertron's Galvatron is more Megatron than anything, and he's hefty as every. Yeah, Maxwell 10, I agree with you. Absolutely, buddy. Walmart never gets leader class Transformers. They do here, but they don't have a lot of competition. The thing is, they also charge crazy amount for it, so nobody really wants it. I have Siege Ultra Magnus. A lot of people have Siege Ultra Magnus, and Siege Ultra Magnus is great. But here in Canada, he's $70 plus tax, $75. He's not $75 good. He's good, but he's not $75 good. He's a dandy Voyager, Just saying. He was overpriced. That's the only thing. It's not that they're bad. It's that they're overpriced. Let's see. Down here. Have not seen Astro Train either. Gosh, I really didn't know Astro Train was that hard to find. Well, I got Spinster from Target for $11.07. Imagine my surprise. Was he damaged box or what, Devlin? That's an excellent price for him. Good for you. I found the other Micromaster set at Target. Which Micromaster set is that? Promise Reviews. Which Micromaster set is that, buddy? I ordered Siege Astro Train from Amazon. I don't know if I would have went through the trouble to order them. Soundwave took a spot at the $50 price point. I think G1 Soundwave took a spot at the Here, that G1 Soundwave is $69.99. So is, get this, the Astro Train. The G1 Astro Train reissue is $69.99 here. That's ridiculous. I saw him at a thrift store called Value Village for $3.99. $3.99 and $69.99. No way. No way. Not in a million years would I even consider paying $70 for it. That's nuts. Oh, please. We got 5 Optimus Primes in the Prime Wars trilogy. This is the Master Fire's right. We get the same stuff over and over and over. I'd like some other primes, man. Give me some other primes. Let's see. The Quintesson is good. Playing with it right now. I don't want the set. That's the thing. I don't want the Astro or the Shockwave. I don't want the Prowl. I don't want their little headpieces. I would take the Quintesson, but like I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what Earthrise comes up with, man. We'll see what Earthrise comes up with. Let's see. They got them where I live. He was on clearance. On clearance, you were lucky because I bet you he was on clearance by mistake, Devlin. I have never seen Astro Train Target, blah, blah, blah. Direct hitting Power Punch. Yeah, I like direct hitting Power Punch. I'm down for some more of those kind of combining duos. I love the G1 ones, and I love these ones. So there you go. And I got to... Okay. I saw one in a small town Walmart. Probably just being lucky. Okay, so we're going to kind of very quickly get through some of the stuff now because I've been talking to you guys for a half hour here. Very first thing, kind of reviews coming up for the week. This is not mine. This is on loan to me by a friend of the channel, Cyril. It is the Optimus with the 35th anniversary Optimus with the cell shading. I will compare him to the regular one, as a lot of people have. I will also take the opportunity here to show exactly what I did to customize this one to give him more of like an Earth truck type of look. I'll also be taking a look at this lad. It is the 35th anniversary Blue Streak. Again, not mine, on loan. I'm going to compare him to this guy, my custom Classics Blue Streak, and kind of compare these two. And this week, I'm hoping to take a look at Sad Nexus Prime. Tomorrow, if my electricity and stuff holds out, I want to put up a little odds and ends thing. One of the things that will be a comic that I mentioned here on the channel a while ago. It's actually a fairly significant issue, and it was kind of fun to go back through it and to go back and look at the ads that were in it. Talk about a sign of the times. Okay, I'm going to run through kind of the news here first, and then we'll kind of deal with the other two topics after. Very first thing, in the business pages, there was a headline recently that said Eastman is working with Transformers. No, it is not Kevin Eastman, one of the creators, I believe, of the Ninja Turtles. No, it is Eastman, and they're a company that makes like car windshield accessories. I don't know, wipers, something called V Cool. I don't know. Wipers, I think. And I'm not really sure how they're crossing. I guess it's like, here's the windshield accessories that Bumblebee uses. I think it's going to be for commercials. I think it's going to like be commercials for this these Eastman products, and I guess they're going to use Transformer characters in their commercials. That's the only thing I can figure. I guess. So for the news and notes, some interesting things this week. We had a Bumblebee coloring book come up, as well as lenticular Valentine's Day cards. Now, if you don't know what lenticular means, that's kind of that hologram thing. Most recently, the word was used in conjunction with that coin, that quarter from the Canada Mint. This was the lenticular coin. So now apparently they have put that up there. They have Valentine's Day cards like it, apparently. Exquisite Toys showed off their Dark of the Moon Megatron, and he looks exquisite indeed. He has a nice rusty look to him, as if he is battle damaged, and I love it, man. He looks so good. If you want to know how to do battle damage, right? I've been pointing out things like those World War II inspired offerings, but here's another great example. Exquisite Toys makes it look like he is battle lorn, as he should. What else did he have? He has his cloak, he has his head damage, he has his chains, he has very little vehicle kibble on him. It's well hidden. And he has a shotgun, and that also looks kind of rusty. He looks glorious. I don't know what the price will be. I don't know what the scale will be, but he is a beautifully done Megatron. If you haven't checked him out, check out the images of Exquisite Toys Dark of the Moon Megatron. Treat yourself because he's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. We also had news that the little reaction offerings are out, as well as the Super 7 Cyborg ones in the US. Apparently, I haven't seen them here. I figure that's the sort of thing here, most likely to show up at like comic stores, like comic book stores and whatnot. I don't know. I guess we'll see. The reaction ones, they remind me a lot of Action Masters, but I feel like the articulation is not going to be anything to write home about. But what do I know? We have new images of Skalor, one of the members of King Poseidon, or if you will, I don't know what his name is. Piranacon. I think that's it. Piranacon. It looks beautiful. It's a dandy use of that. I think it's the Ripper Snapper mold. Maybe it's the Blot mold. And it got a lot of new molding on it. Looks great. They're hard to get. Too hard. Overpriced. But like, they're beautiful. They're gorgeous. And if you can find a way to get it, I advise getting it because they're great. Absolutely great. We had 115 Utopia show an upgrade for Studio Series 44 Optimus Prime to make him into Jetwing Optimus Prime. I don't know if it was me. Like I think about it, I'm like, just put Jetfire's parts all over him. But you know what? Like, this looks good. Apparently, it comes off, and the pieces can go together to kind of like be like a little armament base or something. It's one of those upgrades that I think looks really cool. I think it's well done, sculpted beautifully, colored beautifully. I don't know if it's necessary. That's got to be up to you, but it does look beautiful and kind of streamlined, actually. We had new images come down of Starscream and Cliffjumper. These ones came from Takara, I believe. I'm still not feeling either of those. I don't think the Starscream looks good. I think it looks... I'm sure he'll be fine, but he looks outdated. He looks like engineering and styling and modeling of a decade ago. I expected it more streamlined. And the Cliffjumper, I don't like the red shoulders. I don't like the red forearms because his arms shouldn't be red. His shoulders should be black. His forearms should be gray. I don't think he should be a deluxe price. I can't get behind Cliffjumper. Can't get behind Starscream. You know who I can get behind? I absolutely love the look of Boomshock and Growl. Excellent. Two more that I absolutely am looking forward to adding, and it looks like the range of motion for both the legs and the shoulders might actually be quite good. So I'm hopeful about that. Prime 1 Studios again showed off more of their Soundwave and their Ravage. That's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. If you can go in for it, go in for it. It's beautiful. I'm sure expensive, but beautiful. Here in Canada, we finally have reports that Scavenger and Studio Series Scavenger and Shockwave are showing up at EB Games, and this brings me to the pricing news. Apparently, they're showing up at EB Games, and I mentioned that Studio Series leaders were after going up another $5 to $74.99. Apparently, they're showing up at EB Games for the same price that they were of $69.99, which was a jump. But if you are like a Platinum Edge member, apparently you can get it for $62, which is close to what the old price was. So, you know what? That's not bad. I think that that's good. The more I look around, and I was looking at Toys R Us too, and their prices haven't gone up. I'm starting to think maybe I've been too harsh. Maybe the price increase is not due to Hasbro Canada. Maybe it's Walmart just testing the waters by upping the price. I think it's a ridiculous move, and whoever came up with the idea of doing that probably should be fired and lose their job, because they have items that should be put on clearance. As was said on the Cybertron.ca boards, somebody said they are adding another $5 to items that should be marked down to clearance. They're going in the wrong direction. Not my quote, not my comment, but I agree with it 100%, going in the wrong direction. And you know why Walmart's doing it? Because they have zero competition in Canada. Zero. They bully Target out, and they feel like they can do what they like because who's going to stand against them? And sadly, they're right. They almost have a monopoly. I feel like there should be some laws against this or something, you know? So it's kind of good. I would advise anybody who is in Canada watching this, who is into Studio Series, go to Toys R Us, go to EB Games, support anybody except Walmart. There you go. Don't support their price increase. That would be my advice to you. But I'm happy to see that not everywhere jumping on with an increase because they realize this is stupid and I don't want to do stupid things. Authentics. Oh, Authentics. Oh, just when I thought your ugly, doofy, goofy face was gone forever, you pop up again. Okay. So around here, we've had both the bigger Titan changers and we've had the smaller ones. And Authentics is it's trash. They're so bad. They're so bad. I guess they're good for something like, here's the thing. I'm saying they're so bad, and people are going to defend them and say, Authentics aren't that bad. Remember that they're going for $20 here. They're going for $20 and they belong at a dollar store. You know, that's the thing. They're like dollar store, like KO quality. They're not good. They don't look good, but you know, you'll have a Megatron, you'll have a Bumblebee. Like, it is what it is. And now they're coming out with more of them. We saw a Soundwave whose face is just a globby, ugly mess. It's the worst Soundwave face I think I've ever seen. Though the rest of his bot mode is okay. And his alt mode is pretty good. His alt mode is, again, like an armored vehicle. And Ratchet's so bad. If you haven't seen it, the head sculpt is nice, but the shoulders and arms, like, what are you doing to us, Hasbro? Like, it's such garbage. I feel like the arms on Authentics Ratchet are just a little step above the terrible arms that were on Transformers Prime Arachnid. Like, they're almost that bad. They're awful. And then we have two new of the bigger Titan changers. We had Megatron, we had Optimus, we had Bumblebee. That might have been it. Now we have Starscream and we have Grimlock. And I guess they're fine. I guess there's nothing to write home about, but they are extremely, though they use the evergreen designs, they're extremely Cyberverse centric. The head on the Starscream, super duper Cyberverse. And like the head on the Grimlock is like G1 Grimlock's head, but with the shape and kind of molding of Cyberverse Grimlock. It's really weird, though I'll say the yellow on that Grimlock is done beautifully. They're not good, but I don't know. They must be selling somewhere to someone for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. We have finally started to see a little bit of work on the Transformers Terminators crossover. I think that, or Terminator crossover. I think that's a super cool idea. I'd love to see how it pans out in the end, but I love the idea. Trans Art showed off their Strange Friend, which is their take, I think, on a masterpiece scale, Transmutate. And I think it's genius of them to do it. It looks spectacular. I don't know what the pricing is or anything, but it looks spectacular. And who else is doing Transmutate? I think it's great. I think it's a brilliant move by them, doing something not everybody else is doing. I love it. Iron Trans showed their Victory Leo that's going to go combined with their somewhat stylized, masterpiece sized Star Saber, and you put them together and that looks stunning. If you go in for one, please do yourself the favor and go in for both. I know nothing about the release. I've just seen the images, but if you're in for it, be in for both. Do yourself the justice of being in for both because it looks amazing. What else do we have here? Super Impulse is putting out their like world's smallest Transformers figurines. Now, this isn't like part of like that 2003, 2006 line of world's smallest Transformers. These are just little figurines that stand 1.25 inches, so 1.25 inches. There's B, Starscream, and Optimus. I think that's the only three. The Optimus's face looks kind of like not molded or painted great, but there's a face on there, kind of like Soundwave for the Authentics line. Like there's a face on there, I guess. It is what it is. We also saw Flame Toys and the Furai Devastator. The packaging looks great, and then we saw the Devastator put together out of packaging, and it looks. I like the Furai kits. I think they look gorgeous. I don't think Devastator looks particularly good. The green is not the right shade of green, and I think there's too much purple. And I at first thought it was going to be like a Studio Ox design. I don't think it's a Studio Ox design. I just think it's a bad design. I don't know. I don't think it's the greatest thing that they've done. Let's put it that way. And I think that might be it for the news. Believe that's it for the news. Yeah, it is. And we only have 2 topics left, which is good. I've been getting through them. I'm going to go back. I'm going to check in with you guys. I'm going to skip over a bunch of stuff because I'm trying to kind of stay on a schedule here. But I will go back up and see what I can see. Let's see. Maybe I didn't miss too much. Maybe you guys were enthralled and encapsulated with what I was saying. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just talking amongst yourselves. Going down here. Let's see. Maybe I didn't miss as much as I thought I'd missed. Let's see. Wow, Jay, man, you are having a hard time finding the latest waves. But you know, that's always what happens with the last waves, unfortunately. I hope you find Direct Hit and Power Punch. Like I said, I managed to find them. I don't know if there's any left. I found them at Toys R Us. I don't know. And I was surprised I found them there. So I don't know, but best of luck to you. I want, and yeah, AOI. I don't even know how to say it. The AOYI. I know what it is. Spelling, oversized, siege, sky tread. Here, last week I talked about the rising relevance of KOs. And some people were asking me, what do I think the kind of top companies are? I think there are 5 that do very, very good high quality KOs. And I think that they're at a far more affordable price and more going forward. If there's another price increase, because it seems like now it's a bit mushy what's happening with it. If there's another price increase, then I'm out and I'll wait for the KOs. Simple as that. If they want to keep a customer, then they can't go up anymore. Simple as that. But I would say that AOI, I'm not even sure how to say it. I know what you're talking about, is definitely one of them. CBB, Cool Become Brave, is another one. KBB, Cool Beyond Bow, is another one. Wei Jiang, I adore. And I would say the last one, there was one more that I had in mind. Black Mamba. Black Mamba, Wei Jiang, KBB, CBB, and AOI. I think that they're the 5 top ones. I think that they're good quality, and I think that their reputations are building as they go. Now, granted, some people have had some bad experiences, and I can only speak from my own experience. But I would say those 5 are quality companies that do good work and improve on the originals. Take that for what it's worth, man. What combiners do I have? For the Autobots, I have Computron, Superion, Defensor. I guess I have Orthea, and I guess I have Volcanicus. For the Decepticons, I have Bruticus, Menasor, Predaking, Devastator, Abominus. Now I have my custom Lio Kaiser, and I have my combiner form of Deathsaurus. And I think that's all the combiners I have. We do have a file of Cybertron Bruticus somewhere here in the house. I'm not sure where right now. And I think that might be it. To answer your question. By the way, last week a question was asked about, like, what do I think some of the glorious hot messes are? Like, they're not good, but I love them anyway, so to speak. And I said at the time RTS Perceptor, because I couldn't really think on who sort of falls in that. Unique Toys Warlord. I love that Predaking, but like, he's a bit of a hot mess. There's no doubt about it. He's a bit of a hot mess. As well as the Transformers Prime, the little like Legion class Abominus. He's not great, but I love him as well. So there's a couple of examples of that one. Cell shading, I just want them plain. You know what, Eddie, I'm with you. Like, I saw the cell shaded one and I like the regular one. Now, don't get me wrong. The cell shade one, I mean, I'll tell you now, his paint apps are 10 because everything about his coloring is accurate. He's pretty much perfect. If it's not a 10, it's a 9.9. I'll have to size it up a bit closer. But I think it would be just a little bit better if the cell shading wasn't there. Now, that's just my taste. Some people love the cell shading, and I understand why you would, because it does look like he jumped out of the screen. Not so much from the cartoon, because I don't remember a ton of cell shading in the cartoon. But I feel like these cell shaded ones very much look like the way that they looked in Devastation. Going down here. MP Cons. Hey, happy that you are stopping by. Let's see. I'm not a fan of cell shading. I want that Megatron, the cell shade Megatron, or just the like the Earthrise? Or do you mean the Earthrise Megatron, Jay? 35th anniversary Optimus Meg. If they were cartoon colors but not shaded, I agree with MWG. If they were cartoon colors, I would have totally been in on them like that. The cell shading kept me from getting them. Chicken fried steak. Always happy when you drop by. It's just fun to say chicken fried steak. Like, it's just fun to say your name. Let's see. Would you ever be on Hell's Kitchen? No, because I don't really cook, so no. Hasbro Pulse, but they are $35. I don't even think they ship to Canada. So for anybody, Hasbro Pulse has them for $35. I don't know. Going down here. You and Optimus completed a comic book store. Wow, for $95. That's a good price for him. Congratulations, Promise Reviews. That's a great price. Earthrise Screamer looks like an oversize of the classics guy. I agree, he does. And I didn't really like the classics that much, to be honest with you. It looked good, but functionally, like, it was limited. Like, even with the Earthrise, look at whenever they pose Starscream, his arms are like, they swing well out to the side. But have you ever seen his arms going back? Does he ever swing his arms back? No, because his wings are going to be in the way. I think the Siege is better. The more I see, the more I think I'm going to keep the Siege. That being said, and I've said this before, I'll probably get the new mold as the cone heads because I'm convinced that they're going to get cone heads out of that, especially since the whole nose cone does go down in the back, a la classics. Let's see. Wait for Wei Jiang Predacon methinks. Piranacon methinks. I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you, Maximal 10, but more than a Wei Jiang, I'm thinking CBB will probably be the first ones to do a Piranacon. That would be my guess. Going down here. Studio Series Leader Voyager are still the original prices at TRU. Maximal 10 just said it there, and I'm glad to hear that. I hope that's just a Walmart thing, and I hope Walmart, gets their screws tightened in their thinking process and goes back to what would be a more sensible price. I mean, gotta say when, man. Gotta know when to say when. Let's see. Is Walmart on what? Is Walmart on on par with Rockefeller? Probably more. The Waltons probably got more money than the Rockefellers at this point. Let's see. Ordered Final Victory 3-pack. I've heard such mixed reviews of the Final Victory one, Eddie. I'd love to know what you think when you get them, because I've actually been on the fence of getting them myself, to be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, you're getting 3 for a good price, so you can only expect so much, right? But Eddie, let me know when you get them. Let me know, because I'm kind of on the fence myself about them. I had Authentics Prime for $5, $1. So feels like KO, and I've heard that the Authentics feel like KOs. They look like KOs. I've heard that they feel like it. Authentic Ratchet equals Montoy Ratchet. I agree with Maximal 10 and Montoy. Stick around, because when we get to Sad Nexus Prime, you'll see what Montoy does. To be fair, though, I've said it before. Some of my Beast's worst characters are Montoy, and they're all right. Not great, but they're all right. Let's see. Walmart wrecked the U.S. retail market also. Kmart, Toys R Us, Woolworths, TG&Y, Gibson's, all gone among others. That's sad to me. That's sad. I like competition because it keeps businesses honest. That's what competition does. Kato. Oh, look at that. I missed Kato. Hey, Kato. Happy you're here, my friend. When first move of Megatron sees a human, goes disgusting, and then flicks them away. That's me at those authentics. Yep, I agree, Sam. The authentics are just they're so awful. Go find the Ratchet and then curse me and be like, why did he make me go see that? And go and wash your eyes because they're that bad. Go and wash your eyes. Let's see. Maybe we should not call things KOs. They're good or better. Maybe we should call them clones. Interesting. Maybe they're not KOs. Maybe they're clones. Maybe they're not even clones. Why don't we stop calling them KOs and call them what they are? Improvements. Better. Let's call them better. Hey, Chris. Chris, I recognize your name, my friend. I feel like you and I have actually met before, but maybe I'm wrong about that. But thank you all the same. Kato, I love good cell. Kato loves the cell shading. By the way, Kato, I meant to earlier, and I just didn't get the chance because I had to come out here, but I cannot wait to see your latest review. I was waiting for it, and I'm surprised you got up as quickly as you did. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go look Kato up, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm not even going to spoil it. You go, you find Kato, and you see for yourself. Let's see. Going down here. Yeah, they need to clearance out old stock. Absolutely. Okay, so we have 2 topics left. Making okay time. We should be able to get this done. I should be able to keep it about an hour tonight. Woohoo! Yeah. Okay, so first, the Takara quality. When I put up the Star Convoy review, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, check it out, because I do a fix for the star on the chest, and I do show you that, yes, in fact, he can pull off a version of the G1 base mode. And if you don't know what the G1 base mode looks like, what kind of a rock have you been living under? No, we all know what that base mode is like. And I said there that I never really liked Takara. I don't find their quality good. And I had a couple of people come back and say, I have, been getting Takara for years. And I've always loved them. And I think it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for strictly something to put on the shelf, you're not really going to touch it much. Strictly something put on the shelf, then yes. Takara looks beautiful. That's their big strength, is their paint and their detailing. Everything they do pops and looks gorgeous. But for me, especially doing stop motion, something like Universal Collision, functionality is very important, as are materials used. And I've had too many things, both my own and things that I've handled that other people own, that come from Takara, that have got me to the point where I don't trust the company. I don't trust their quality. And when something is just offered through them, I'm very nervous about what I'm getting. And I'll point out several of the examples. LG42 is made of extremely thin plastic. The forearms like to just fall off. It's not good. Now, I'm glad to have it because I wanted God Ginrai, but it's not good. God Ginrai looks great. He is so difficult to animate. His sword doesn't even tolerance right in his hand. My United Scourge, I think it was United Scourge, he can't even stand up. He is super duper loose compared to both of my generation Scourges. Big powered. I've said this before. I love Diatlas, but he can't hold his arms out. Sonic Bomber is great, but I basically had to rebuild the ball pegs of his hips because his legs literally fell off. And the waist of Roadfire doesn't really like to tab in. A buddy of mine has a United Grapple, and you can take United Grapple's arm and bend it at the elbow and flick it like that, and it goes around just like a propeller blade because the bicep is that loose. The bicep is that loose on that United. Now, it was said to me that some of the Beast Wars were great, and maybe they were. I can't go back that far, but to be fair, Beast Wars were great, period. And then some people point out to me, hey, no, you need some Masterpiece because they're great. No, they're not. No, they're not. Not since MP22 Ultra Magnus. Some recent ones. Dinobot. Everybody loved it. $300 or whatever it is. And he's known for having bad paint chipping and the shoulder breaking. I've heard of it too many times. MP44, the knee crumbles. Here, a $600 offering and the knee crumbles? Unacceptable. MP36, The barrel of the gun cracks off like that, apparently, and he, again, scratches and scrapes. Beast Wars Megatron. The hips break, and the pelvis is known to crack. Now, there's a KO of that, significantly cheaper. I think it's like $105, and apparently both of those issues have been fixed with the KO, or as I'm starting to call it, the improvement. MP32, Optimus Primal, looks beautiful. Again, the hips are known for the whole assembly is known for collapsing, for breaking apart. Black Arachnia. If you saw even something like Jobby's review, the spider legs just pop right off. Most recently, Hound. I've heard of now both the little piece that comes out of his face breaking off, as well as like one of the like rare sections, like part of his trunk, I guess, just breaking off. You're telling me that's good quality for the price? I just gave you an arm's length list of poorly done offerings. I don't understand why people go crazy for Takara. I'm very leery of them. Very leery of them. But they look beautiful. So that's where my issue comes in now. Now, as I say all that, if your experiences have been fantastic with Takara, then I'm happy for you. Maybe I've just had such a string of bad luck, but like every single time I take something in my hand, there's problems with every time. I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think that's a string of bad luck. I think that's a bad company. I said the Star Convoy was the absolute best that I've handled, and it is. But it's also the version where I noticed that the ankles were weak. Now, some people are going to come to me and say, hey, do you think Hasbro's better? Here's the thing. I don't think either of them are that great. That's why their products should be reasonably priced. You know, if Hasbro wants to, or Takara wants to, like with Takara, I get it, you got the import shipping. But if Hasbro wants to charge me $80 for a liter, then, buddy, you better give me $80 worth of value. And you don't. That's the thing. And I've talked about the brand loyalty before. Don't. I've never paid for a brand name before. I ain't starting now. And that's true for anything. Like, I don't buy clothes because it has a brand name. You know, if I can get a pair of jeans for $15, or I can buy the whatever the hot new brand name is for $95, not buying $95 jeans. That's ridiculous. And that brings us to the last thing, but I'm just going to check in here because we only have one topic left, and I'm actually more positive about it than you might think because it's a Haslab Unicron topic. And I'm not actually going to complain about it much because there's not a lot to complain about. If you can believe that. Ed came in just at the right time. Just at the right time. Let's see. Yeah, the third-party movie Megatron is a beautiful, Jay. Beautiful. What else do we have? Going down here. Want to be featured in your series? I thought I was already featured in your series. What? As a background, you better send me a message about that, Cybermatic Geek. I'm just saying, don't do anything that you're going to regret, buddy. Joints are usually loose. Joints are usually loose. That's the thing. Takara looks beautiful. But like to animate, they're brutal to animate. You know why they're brutal to animate? Because they fall down. They don't, you know, they don't hold their arm out. They don't hold their position. That they're terrible to animate. God Bomber is trash. God Bomber is trash, but I'm so happy to have him because I got him cheap. I like cheap considerably. Like considering what he goes for, I got him relatively cheap. Actually, I think Maximal 10 got him the same thing, and I wouldn't call it cheap, but it was the best going. It's still the best. I think we both scored on a good deal there, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have it in town, but my Takara Galaxy is as good as Hasbro. Interesting, Maximal 10. Interesting. And like I said, if you've had good, see, like, nope, MP has fell off hard. They have fallen off hard. And it's a shame because they still look beautiful. But I think there's a lot of third-party companies that are doing MPs better than the official company that should be doing MPs. Like you look at X-Transbots, they had a rocky start, but they're getting leaps and bounds better. You look at Toy World and what they did with their Devastator. I'm sorry. Nothing official MP is going to be as good as that. It's not. It's just not. So you might as well stop now. third party and knockoff are gaining a bigger influence because they're doing things more cost efficiently and better. Hasbro and Takara better step up their game or they're going to lose a lot of their market share. I'm just saying. You can't coast on your name alone, buddy. I didn't hear about paint chipping on Dino. Tons of paint chipping on Dinobot. Tons of paint chipping on him. No. I've seen so many reviews, images, people putting it up, especially the gold on Dinobot and the blue. Those two in particular chip like crazy on them. Trying out MP Ironhide to see how he is. The price was insane to not get. I might be taking a look at MPM Ironhide if Maximal 10 lets me, although Maximal 10's been kind of struggling with him. So we'll see how that goes. What else do we have here? Did you check up MBM Transformers? I didn't, Enrique. What's MBM? Is that Black Mamba? What's MBM? I don't know what MBM is. Tell me what MBM is, and maybe I will. Hey, TF Fangeek, you missed a ton, but that's okay. We're happy you're here anyway. I did point out a lot, and like I know a lot of it is also kind of subjective in my own experience, but that's the only way I can be honest with you guys. It's hard to forgive such flaws for $400. Kater's right. It's hard to forgive flaws. Like, here's the thing. If Dinobot wants that paint chipping and it's $100, you'd say, wow, this is still stellar. Stellar. But for the price that he is, like, is it that stellar? Like, it's all about the cost value analysis, right? Most KOs improve the screws. Absolutely. I talked about just last week, just with the Power of the Prime's Dinobots, how the official used pins and the KO used pins and screws. And I'm telling you, it's significantly better and tighter. But if it's too tight, you just loosen the screw. If a pin's too tight, there's not much you can do about it. Just saying. Hey, clearly, I did not forget to wish Jim DeHow a happy birthday. If you were here at the beginning of last week's show, then you would have heard me do the happy birthday. So there you go. You got to pay attention. You got to pay attention from the very beginning of the show. YouTube geeks in a comedic or dramatic YouTube poop series. No, I don't think that's for me, Cyromatic Geek. Don't think it's for me, buddy. Going down here. I really miss the old masterpiece aesthetic. I agree with you, Sam. Let's see. Yeah, Black Mamba. Black Mamba. I got the Dinobots. I love Black Mamba. I mentioned earlier, Enrique, if you were here, that my top 5 companies for KO or improvement, as I'm calling it, KBB, CBB, Black Mamba, Wei Jiang, and that new AOI. I'm not even sure how you say it. AOYI, I think. Those 5 are doing tremendous work. Okay, so last topic is the kind of update this week of the Haslab Unicron. And I've been so harsh and critical of that thing, and I don't think it's good. And I'm not in for it. I'm in for the Zeta. But I found the update extremely interesting. And the update talked about how they're doing the tool start. And it was good to see sort of the behind the scenes of what goes into these plastic offerings of these characters that we all know and love. And when they talk about a tool start, they said basically that it's the process of the tool layout. And the tool layout is basically the mold layout. It's, we're doing all of these pieces in orange. So what pieces can go in this mold because they're all being done with the same orange plastic. It's neat to see the process. The tools are what we commonly call the molds. And the tool layout is what parts can be done like in the same mold with the same plastic. And they said that they took the kind of, I guess, prototype, whatever, apart, and there were 372 pieces, including the waste, garbage, crap, minifigures of like Galvatron and Rodimus. Like, they're not even worth the plastic they're being made. I'm sorry. The Galvatron and the Rodimus are trash. But nevertheless, 370 if you take them out of it. Now, granted, a ton of them are fingers and parts of fingers. But still, it's a lot of parts. I get it. And a ton of them are planet pieces and the little hinges of planet pieces. I get that there's a lot. Just what's the quality of that lot? But there are a lot, and that's interesting. 6 types of plastics are going to be used, which is, again, interesting. I wonder how much of it is going to be soft, rubbery plastic. I hope not a lot, because I don't think that'd be a good choice. Just saying. But 6 type of plastic being used. No die cast anywhere. That thing is 600 US, and you can't even put a bit of die cast like in the feet or something. Just saying, man. What a shame. 59 tools, or 59 molds, if you will. That's double the amount used for a Titan at 4 times the price. What a deal. So you're getting literally something that they themselves are saying is double a Titan, and they're charging you 4 times as much as a Titan costs. I don't know. If I was paying 4 times as much, I would want 4 times as much. You know, that's how math works for me. I don't know if that's how math works for you, but I'm not into paying 4 times as much for a double. Just saying. Nevertheless, for those that are in on it, I'm sure that this has made them excited, I guess. But I do think that the exciting thing here is the fact that we got to see some of the behind the scenes of how some of this is done. And those of us who are interested in the business side of things will probably find that very, very interesting. I'm sure it's the first of what will be many updates over the course of the next year, I guess. And they did say that after they, run the molds, all these pieces will be taken out and put together and hand painted. Are they going to hand paint 8,000 or whatever? I don't know. Maybe. It's cool to see no die cast, paying 4 times as much for double. I don't know. If you're cool with that, then good. I'm happy for you, I guess. But I don't see the value. The thing I liked about it was seeing how these things are made and come together. I love that. Anyway, let's see what you guys have been saying. Can you shout out my cousin? He's a huge fan. His name is Chris Peacock. He would love it. Shout out to Chris Peacock. Happy to do so, Baker. Thanks for the sub, kiddo. Let's see. Of course. I just gave him the shout out, Baker. Let's see. So many people who bought one feel special, but have to wait over a year. Hasbro owes some interest. Ed, you're right. I don't even think it's that people feel special. I think that there's 2 things going on. One, I think they're deluded and think that they're getting a deal and think that everybody wants what they want. That's a delusion that they've convinced themselves of. That's why the aftermarket prices are going to be insane, because they think that people are going to want to pay these insane amounts. What's going to happen is, like everything else that's overpriced on eBay, it's going to sit there and rot and rot and rot, because nobody else wants to pay what they want for it. The other thing is they're trying to justify this purchase to themselves. And as time goes on, I see less and less justification. Personally. Now, I know that triggers a lot of people, so I don't want to do that. I don't see the value proposition as reasonable. Some other people do, and that's fine. But I wonder what the value proposition will be when the inevitable Primus comes. I think the value proposition for Zetas is way better. And I don't think it's tiny. It's the size of a Titan. That's not tiny. That's an excuse for people trying to justify something that they overpaid on. Don't we all? Let's see. Would you buy G2 Megatron or Armada Overload? I wouldn't buy either. TF Fangeek. They're both priced at $125 on Amazon. I'm the wrong guy to ask because I don't like either one. They're not for me. I backed Unicron. I don't do math well. Razor Bear, God love you. You know what? I mean, I hope that you're happy. That's all I could say. Like, when I'm hard on this stuff, it's because I'm trying to look out for your pocketbook and your account just as much as my own. And I can't, in good conscience, suggest it. But now it doesn't matter. I mean, the thing is backed by hook or crook, for right or wrong. It is what it is. It's backed. I've had some people that have come to me and said, like, you're going to regret not doing it. No, I don't. I don't regret not doing it. I thank God I didn't. That's where I'm to. But if you did, then you might as well jump on the hype train. You might as well resolve yourself that, you know what, I did it. I might as well get excited about it. It is what it is. And I do think that this update was something to get excited about. I do absolutely agree with that. I don't think I've seen him without a... Oh, no, because he can't stand up, Eddie. You haven't seen him without a stand because he can't stand up, which would be terrible for me trying to do animation with. But a little camera upgrade is needed. I don't care about the quality shot, Carolee. You're going to buy me a camera upgrade. I got things like real life bills to pay. So there you go. Is what it is, man. Let's see. My Uncle Gabe, he said you and so. Nope, I do not, Baker, remember. I don't remember a Gabe. I guess it's Gabriel. I don't remember a Gabe at all. Nope. Sorry, I'd be interested to know where he went to school, though. But nope, not a name I know. Maybe I'm just not remembering because I'm an old man now, you know? Going down here. Yes, I would buy Ectotron for $32, TF Fan Geek. And Ed just said it here. Razor Bear. No worries. I hope it's a good figure for that price. And I hope so as well. And the last thing here, the last thing of the night is Carolee, who just said, love the stream. And Baker, can you shout out the name Gabe It? No, I can't, Baker. Nice try, buddy. Nice try. Anyway, folks, that's it. We're done for the night. I'm getting out of here. I've been on here a little bit shorter, doing a bit better. I'm going to try and cut it down even more next time. I appreciate you guys coming by, dropping in, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, there's a donate link down in the description. As always, hit the subscribe button. It helps me out so very much. Hey, share this around. Let people know, man. What else can I say? Don't forget, somehow, some way, each and every day, you do make a difference. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either right here in the live streams at the stop motion premieres or the old-fashioned way, man, inside the videos.